welcome guys, Brandon here from Terminated Gaming, and once again we're back on World of Warships. If you've been watching the previous replays, all the ones before this, those were recorded before patch 10.0, starting with this replay and on, it'll be post 10.0. All of my other previous before 10.0 replays, which I think were like 7 that I had stocked up, I forgot about the major patches. You can't review old replays without a past game engine or game clients, so that's on me. There's a few good games that are missed in there. I might make a just a mashup video of all of the result screens of all my major games that I've played, and maybe let's see how that goes. Anyways, back to this actual replay here. This is going to be a slow start for this one. It's going to be real slow. So patch 10.0, what did it bring? Well, it brought the whole new skill tree update for all shipped classes. Commanders can be across multiple ships, and yeah, but the big one is Deadeye. But you might say, Brandon, you're not playing a battleship, so Deadeye doesn't affect you in this game. Well, that's true. So I'm playing the Tier 9 Kronshtadt. Tier 9 Kronshtadt is a Tier 9 Russian battlecruiser. Well, in this game, we just call it a cruiser. Kronstadt's really quick. It's, I think the fastest of the... No, Azuma's faster. One of the fastest Tier 9 battlecruisers. Pretty well armored, and has the fastest firing of the 12-inch 305 guns on the battlecruisers, but has the worst dispersion. At first, I really didn't like this ship. I have almost all of the Tier 9 battlecruisers. Almost, I believe. I think the only one I'm missing is Siegfried. But what makes Kronshtadt special is the fact it has its 12-kilometer Russian radar. It gets a spotter plane as well. I believe the Alaska has to sacrifice this radar for the spotter. It's about it. It doesn't have any, like, weird Russian gimmicks. And like I said, the dispersion on this ship is not amazing, but you'll get those pretty good, decent shots. Of course, my accuracy is poor against that DD. So like I said, the start of this game is going to be pretty slow. And mainly going to be playing from safe position, or trying to play from a safe position where I'm rarely being shot at the beginning. Is it bad that I play so many games of World of Warships, don't have amazing games all the time, and I forget kind of what these games are. I need to start just recording them right after I play them or something. Anyways, going back to what just happened there, the Kronshtadt has 9 12-inch guns, and we hit 7 shells on that rune, but as you can see, not a lot of damage, mainly from overpens. And once again, it comes from, if I aim a little bit better, of course, it's not all going to be on my aim, but it's going to be predominantly on my aim. And there you go, you got another 6 hits, but one didn't do any damage at all against the Palmer. The reload of the Kronshtadt, sub 20 seconds, is really nice, because it just deals damage quickly. And sometimes I feel like it isn't very tanky in comparison to, like, the Aegir. I feel like the Aegir is pretty tanky. I know some people might disagree, and the Aegir would be like similar along those lines as the Siegfried as well. Also, two major things that changed were, cruisers could no longer really have viable secondary builds. Not that very many of them did. It's a small subset that did. So that was another thing that some people were upset about with the changes of 10.0. But the main one being the prevalence of the new Deadeye skill, which made almost every single BB that was designed to push up more relevant than ever, as ships that decided to stay back outside of their detection range were more accurate than ships that pushed up and actually tried to contribute. Oh, there we go. I rag on the dispersion of this ship, but there's another 5 shells that landed. And this is me shooting, so it's not like it's the most accurate of fire. And we hit 6 on that DD for a decent amount with AP. But, of course, we would have rather had HE, and we would have did a decent amount more damage to that Mogador. So we switch over to the HE and hope to try to get him. That was a pretty poor aim shot because he was turning, so I should have predicted that, you know, a little bit better. And I'm focusing this DD when there's that perfect broadside Iowa out there that I could reach out and touch right now. I take up a line shot here on that Mogador, you know, just kind of in the area, maybe try to get a hit, and I didn't get anything. But now I need to start moving a little bit because I am sitting sideways, so these battleships would like to shoot at me. I am very squishy when I'm sideways. You know, there's another 10k chunk. I think earlier we took 8 from that Iowa as well, like he hit forward and had pens. The Alaska hits his radar up close, so he didn't spot anything, so there's no point in me rushing my radar. And then I found out what's actually finally spotted me. This is the first time I actually noticed that rune there on the flank. I'll be honest, I really wasn't paying attention to him. And I'm just trying to look over the island, see kind of what his bearing is to maybe try to get a shot on him. But yeah, it was a bad shot on my part. I think this was my first game on the... Like, it was the first game of on a Friday morning. I was doing naval battles, so I decided to take out the Kronshtadt to do Russian cruiser. Because this was before I had the Petropavlovsk. And so, this is kind of what came about. So we're finally in a position where I'm not actually spotted when I fire. But as you can see at the top left-ish of the screen, there's a cyclone moving in. So I will actually have to start moving in order to engage targets. And we get one shell to clear that island. And that one shell sails right over the Mogador. I wouldn't say that's necessarily from RNG. I think that's more... I think I didn't give him enough lead. Mogador is a really fast ship. We get the front turrets to clear here, but once again I was rushing, fluffing the shot. But we do get one hit on him, so I feel like that was worthwhile just to get that hit. We see that the Iowa just took a flooding. Granted, you know, the long-acting damage con on the Americans. He's gonna still have it running even if I were to hit him and set him on fire there, so no real foul with firing the HE. That's what I had loaded. I run my radar here just so we can keep an eye on that Mogador, and it's allowing the Venom to kind of continue to open up on him. And I believe the Mogador fired at the Venom is why he was still spotted there. So we fired more towards the Mogador, but I don't believe we're going to land any hits on him that time. And now with the Cyclone fully active and moving in, we kind of have to start moving at this point. We can't sit here. I really haven't been very effective from this position. I probably could have been better off doing other things and helping the team more, and that might lead to situations at the end of the game that were solvable. But like I said, this was the first game of my day, and I just wanted something that was an easier warm-up. I didn't feel like I needed to put a lot of thought into, so here I am in the Kronshtadt. I should have probably played a battleship with like Thunder or something. That would have been a good warm-up. So we set the Iowa on fire. He lets it continue to burn. I give him a little too much side there, but I don't think it matters. The Iowa was pretty accurate at that range. And as you notice, the Kronshtadt, I was kind of joking about its accuracy, but we still land 7 shells. I mean, it's relatively close range, that was, but still landing 7 shells is pretty good. It would have been nice to land all 9, but I am switching over to AP at this point, as now I'm going to take a wider angle and try to get a better position on that Iowa. Our Benham here is taking a large amount of damage, I believe, from the Alaska radaring him. Because when you pop radar, and it was something I didn't know, it actually... The cyclone dissipates, basically, and you can see up to the range of what your radar is. And I didn't know that in the game, if I'm being honest, until I actually played a radar cruiser in a cyclone. I don't think I've ever really had the opportunity to do that. So there's the enemy Alaska, and that's why he was radaring our Benham. And so thankfully I had the AP loaded. Just a little bit further back would have been helpful there in order to deal some decent damage to that Alaska, but thankfully our secondary set a fire on him, which is very odd that we actually got a secondary hit, and on the first one it caused a fire. Once again, I'm kicking myself here when I wasn't hitting, or wasn't aiming well, but you know, it'll work out in the end. Our FDG played very, let's say, aggressively as he pushed around that corner, and he pays for that. We did get, I think, 7 or 8 hits there on that last salvo, which is nice. We still somehow missed 1 shell. But we get the Alaska here. I reloaded HE because I figured I was going to run into that DD on the enemy team. So really, that was poor because I shot it right into his turrets on the Iowa. And I see the Mogador out there, but I decide not to shoot at him, which, again, kind of a mistake. We get lucky there against the Iowa with him not doing that on the first salvo. Really, I should have been deleted there. That should have been my game. I gave him way too much side, and he just got unlucky. So he played that better than I did. Another way to explain how I'm playing here would be smooth braining this game. Like, I'm honestly not giving a lot of thought to my game. I shoot early here, and I don't get punished for it. I actually get rewarded. Not being able to see the Thunder or the Palmerin, but actually looking at where his ship was on the minimap. And once again, I'm giving an uncomfortable amount of broadside to a battleship. And I get another 8 hits. 1 shell is not hitting. 4 overpens and 3 regular pens. I don't know where the overpens are coming. I'm thinking it might be the shell going high into the super circuit, because I'm trying to hit his upper belt, because you're not going to Citadel a Palmerin at that range. So I'm trying to hit that upper belt, and we get him with a fire. The fire set by our secondary right there just before. And now I'm going to reload HE, because the next ship that I am going to see is most likely going to be that Mogador, which is up in front of me. I launched the spotter plane just because I still have that in my mind that the spotter plane helps with torps, but I don't think it does. And I think I'm going to try the same cheeky thing that I did with the Palmer, and I'm going to look at where he is on the map and try to fire in that area. With a DD, it's a little harder, but I do manage to get 2 hits. He is fast, so it's that was a lot of luck. I looked at the map, fired in the general area, and got lucky. But the radar's about to come up. I'm loaded. There he is on 1200 health. Just got to get the lead right. I swing to make sure I get all the turrets out. And I didn't get the lead right on the first one, but I'll get one more chance, just barely, to shoot at him before the radar expires. He's just trying to break contact as fast as he can. And so give him a little bit extra lead. And we get him just as he goes invisible. So now we're up to 4 kills, 124,000 damage. There's 3 enemy ships alive to our 3 ships. We are all on low health. I have 1 heal left. The Benham is on extremely low health. Our Alaska's on extremely low health. I believe the enemy team is worse for wear too, as well. Both me and the Alaska are out of radar. So our Benham here, one of our teammates is telling the Benham that he can do it. Benham has a lot of torps and there's 2 battleships left. But there is an enemy Fletcher, but hopefully me and the Alaska can deal with the Fletcher. I'm trying to get a cheeky shot around that island by using the minimap, but it's not working too well for me. I do fire anyways towards where that Fletcher was, just taking an opportunity shot on him. And the Alaska spots these torps. I turned in way too early here against that torp. I don't think I'm gonna take it though. I think I get saved by it. The Jean Bar takes out our. Oh nope, I do take it. Dumb decision on my part. I could have avoided that. I saw those torps well in advance. And an enemy Jean Bar that's on a decent amount of health, but Benham torps to the rescue. And he gets 1 on that salvo. I slow up because I don't want him to ram me, because it's me and this Venom and versus the Jean Bar. I'm hoping he doesn't set me on fire, because I had to run my damage con to stop the flooding. But the Jean Bar is also slowing up. He doesn't want to get rammed by me. Because at this point, we are losing so badly on points, we would not be able to recap. We're too far away from their edge cap. I'm just trying to land those fires. I think the secondary actually might have fired it. Got that fire. The Jean Bar reloads AP, actually takes out my turret. So, but the Venom did get the Jean Bar, and that just leaves a 2 versus 1 situation against enemy Musashi, which we haven't seen in a long while. Last spotted up in the D2 area was that enemy Musashi. And I'm on 4 kills, 131,000 damage. The Venom's on 2 kills. Don't know how much damage he's done, but he did just almost take out that full health Jean Bar himself. So we're just going to push up. That's all we can do at this point. We have 3 minutes and 45 seconds left, and then I get a spotted ribbon because the Cyclone's lifting. He's got 67,000 health. I'm in a ship that... I mean, the Musashi can overmatch battleships. So my best bet here is to slightly angle and not give him a clean shot against the bow of my ship. Have to make him... If he picks the side and picks wrong, I won't die. But if he picks the bow, which is what he did, I took 1 pen. I got lucky. I turned in to try to avoid as much as possible. I'm trying to get that front turret, weak spot of the Musashi here, and I get rewarded. I do hit it. 2 citadels right through that squishy part of him. I do choose to reload AP here. Really, I should have predicted that he wasn't going to continue sailing straight at me, or wasn't going to do that side, and this is why you don't want to keep bowing towards Musashi or Yamato at that point. So the Venom dumped a lot of his torps and missed. And the Venom's really the best choice for winning here, but they went out on points. So, just a little bit disappointing, but what can you do? So, the post-battle results. Of course, that was a defeat. We got a Dreadnought achievement for the Kronshtadt. 162,000 damage, 4 kills. Like I said, it was a slow start. Did pick up there towards the end. We finished top of our team. 1,608 base XP. We did better than everybody but 2 ships on the enemy team just from that ending. Like I said, if I would have did more at the beginning of that game, maybe the result would have been different. But since I played so passive at the beginning, I took unnecessary hits there at some points. That game was quickly over. That Musashi played it fairly well. Of course, he finished down lower on his team. That's nothing against the player. It's just sometimes you get unlucky when you're in certain situations. So the detailed report, most of our damage came against the ships on our flank, and then we did a significant portion to that Musashi. A lot more just from our AP pens that we got, decent amount from our HE, and then a little bit from fires. You're not going to get spectacular with the fires. And then, since it's a premium ship, we made profit of 1.7 million credits, but that's after a whole bunch of flags and modifiers. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If so, rating much appreciated. Please check out the playlist up above for other replays of mine. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If so, rating much appreciated, and I'll catch you guys most definitely on the next one. Peace out.
Shut up and sit down.